Hello, my name is Eric Kokendorfer, and this is Ed 461 Reading in the Content Area case study, and my teacher is Professor Wilson. The student I analyzed and assessed was Bryce Wilson. He's a 12-year-old in 6th grade. His father and mother both have fairly higher level professions and vocations, and he comes from a community and environment, especially in the home, where education is valued. So that greatly affects his desire and ability to read. He also comes with he also came to us with a higher than normal Lexile score for a 6th grader. And these are for the instructional plan in the state. These are the targets that I wanted to work on, but the most important ones were the last two, where you describe a personal interpretation of how the creators and performers um, just describe them, but also within the cultural and historical contexts and genres. And you also, at the last one, it says demonstrate understanding of relationships between music and the other arts. And that we'll get into later. We talked about that with Bryce a bit. And once again, for other standards, we also talked about, we mainly focused on reading, speaking, and listening. Reading, we were able to analyze and assess his reading as we listened to him speak and also read aloud. And speaking, we talked to him one-on-one and had a conversation with him to see and assess what he understood after he read. And as he did so, he responded in speaking, but he listened, as you can see the last point. And he also listened to himself as he read. So these are some organizational strategies to help teachers organize words and how they can affect the student. And so on the left you see the 6 areas, and on the right you can see the 3 tiers, which for example on the right you can see that hemiola, enharmonic, and idiomatic are not words that are very common in the English language, whereas tempo, melody, harmony, and rhythm are, but still less so. And then the bottom words are very, very common in the English language. So this was our plan. I met Bryce and I got to know him there. We found out where he was in his skill and reading abilities. We found different pieces of literature that could that he were in his Lexile zone and where he could read. We also wanted him to be stretched a little bit. What we did is we picked a news article online, and he read it to us. And through his reading, number 4, we recorded his speech and his fluency, where we could find out where he was having trouble, and we could also go back and, if need be, we could check his speed. We didn't have him write, but they did. At the end of this article, the website that provided the article had him answer questions to understand his comprehension. And then he listened to himself, as we talked about, and he listened to us as we talked to him about his understanding. And then finally he responded to us in speaking, and he told us what he understood. So for reading, we didn't use a KWL, but after going through this, we could see that a KWL would be beneficial in helping him learn, and basically would perk his interest a little bit more than we actually did do. But he still did a great job in reading and understanding. All right, and for writing, like I said, we didn't really have him write, but these are some ideas that I had that would have helped it be a little bit more efficient to involve him and his brain, and stimulate a little bit more to um, understand the article that he read. Listening, like I said, he he listened to himself, but if he wanted to listen to again, we could have listened to the audio recording and find out what words troubled him, and he could have seen for himself what he does when he had words that caused him to stop. Often he would keep on going, or he would just skip over the word, or just say incorrectly knowingly, and like I said, keep on going. Afterwards, he listened to us as we kind of described what we thought about the article. But first, we asked him what he understood, and so he spoke back to us. And we understood that he, as you can see in the second to last bullet point, we asked Bryce to summarize what he learned, and he did a good job understanding certain points of the article, but we found out that we really didn't know what the article was about. So we had to go back, and he listened to us speak, so we had a conversation with him what actually was entailed when, and what the article was really about, and we had to point out certain parts of the article to help him understand. The technology that we used was Newsela. That was the website that gave us the article, and it provided a way to score and give students articles that were in their Lexile score, and a simple audio recorder. The technology wasn't super advanced, but it was effective nonetheless. And then here was a text set afterwards that we used, or can be used rather. And that is the case study. Thank you.